Hey guys, I am in San Diego at a conference for coaches. Another one by another Alex. It's really funny, Alex Jeffries. And I want to talk about an insight that I got. And the insight is when you close deals, you open relationships. That's what we kind of learned. And it made me feel like the people in the coaching world, in the coaching industry, they probably, what happens is, maybe it's not the case, but maybe it's the case as well. But I feel like for me, because I'm comfortable with relationships and forming relationships, that makes me feel better in terms of closing deals, what it's called, quote unquote, closing deals. And I feel like if you have a better, maybe healthier relationship with yourself, you're able to comfortably step into relationships with your clients, with the people around you. Hey Jason! Oh my gosh! That's not what I mean. I don't mean open relationships. Tisk. Just kidding. I respect everyone's opinion and decisions in life with their relationships. But what I meant was, the insight of when you close deals, you open relationships. I feel like the more deals you close, it's because you step into and feel more comfortable with yourself, and you grow. In my life, I feel like there are points when I didn't really love myself. I didn't really accept a lot of the things that I can't change. And as I slowly just develop self-worth, and through even therapy, I'm not afraid to admit I went through therapy, through all the stress of, being on your own little island as an entrepreneur, that I learned to love myself through, by growing through bad relationships, by growing through pain. You developed a stronger relationship with your own self, and you love yourself more. And I think that helps in, and this is my own personal opinion, I think that helps in being able to open relationships with other people. And I don't mean open relationships, okay? Jason. Hey Joel, self-confident, comfort clients for sure. Yeah, so in this conference, and let me show you guys where we're at. It's like a hotel in San Diego right by. It's really nice. I just feel like because I'm more comfortable with myself, that I love myself, I'm able to close deals and open relationships. But I don't mean open relationships. That's not what I mean. Hey Joel. Hey Sean. That's my little insight for today. We only have a small break for lunch, and I feel like I need to take this break to eat food because I'm starving. Hey Matthew. Hey Johnny. But I'm at a conference for coaches. It's really cool over here. Okay. Hi everyone. This is very short live, but it's an insight that I just got, and I just want to share it, and I want to share the view. Very beautiful view today. Hey guys. I just wanted to go live to show you guys the music. I'm at Alex Jeffries' event, Clients in Abundance, and it's all about getting clients. So what I've noticed though is, I think a lot of coaches in their journey of getting clients, that they're going all in to the point where they're cutting into their savings, and they're not able to get their just basic needs met. And what I've found out in this process is maybe there is something ancillary you could add to your coaching business. Maybe you could add monthly reoccurring income through software so that you can pursue your coaching business without feeling the pain of bills, and you can better serve your people and go and pursue your higher calling if you have your bills paid on a monthly reoccurring basis with simple software. So that's a really big insight I got from talking to a lot of the coaches. Coaches enter into this space sometimes on their savings and not from complete financial abundance. And that's the misconception I have. I thought coaches become coaches because they're already really successful financially. And it's a misconception I have in my mind. It's a misconception I have in my mind about coaches. I am noticing that coaches become coaches and they burn their bridges and they're on their savings because they want to serve so much a higher calling, because they feel like they're going to be fulfilled with answering to their higher calling. But in the process, they still need to pay for bills and they still need to, take care of the basics. So I feel like I can serve coaches as well now by providing that method of giving them that monthly reoccurring reassurance so they can go out and serve better and not feel so stressed out. But anyways, that's my insight. Okay guys, bye Nihal. Hey Oscar! That's my insight so far. Another thing is, you know how coaches have structured their program, so it includes like a mental coach within their program, mental, funnel related, technical coach, and marketing and sales coaching. When they structure it that way, that makes their team address all the pains of the people coming into their program, because people don't know how to do traffic, they don't know how to do funnels, they don't want to deal with the technical stuff, or that's a big pain point for them. So if you structure your program to have other people and components address the pain points of the people going into your program will be stronger, more powerful. And I think every coaching program should have, whether you're coaching coaches or whatever you're coaching, should have a basic fundamental coach where they teach you how to have your bills paid on a very basic level as well, if you aren't converting right away and if you are slow in selling. Okay? I think that should be a component to a lot of coaching packages. And I will call it the Kim Dang factor. Hey Hope, hey Paul, hey Oscar. I will call it the Kim Dang package, where, I'll call it the simple software package, where they can get their bills paid with simple software, monthly recurring income, and they can go out and feel free to pursue their higher calling. That's what I think. Okay, well anyways, that's just random insight I have. What you need all those coaches for, I don't know. This is my world right now for the moment. Hope. Hey guys. So, after a 3-day event in San Diego, I'm now relaxing in the pool. And I want to kind of ask you, if you're watching, hey Stacia, I kind of want to ask you this question. When did you reframe your worth? And the reason why I ask this question is because at the very beginning of your career, when you're starting to define your worth, you get a part-time job, right? And a part-time job is, you know, low. And that's why when you start a job, an actual full-time, people recommend that you get the highest salary, because you know why? That's when you start, in your mind, framing your worth with that salary, because only from there, with your life, you incrementally make more money, right? So if your starting salary is like $50,000, you're going up according to how you let society frame your worth at that time. So something like, you know, Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins making 30 million in 1 hour, not 1 hour, 1 week, I think, with their launch. I wonder why that doesn't encourage a lot more people to reframe their worth. And so I feel like you really have to ask yourself, what age is it when you realize that you have to reframe your worth, not according to society's rules giving you a part-time job or giving you a full-time job after you graduate and you're in debt and everything, but when is it that moment you finally realize you're like, holy shit, a human being, you as a human being, you're limitless. You know why? Because if another human being can make 30 million in a week or with one launch, what do you really, you know, after, Billie Jean, after he saw that that was possible, he didn't hit over 1 million for a while in one month, and then he hit it in a week. It's kind of like if you see someone run a 4-minute mile, then all of a sudden 4-minute miles are possible. So a lot of people tie worth with income, right? So, you know, just to give it a context, when do you start redefining and reframing your worth? And when I started going into the coaching world, you guys, hey Paul, hey Frederick, hey Raymond, hey Stacy. When I started going into this coaching world, they're reframing their worth like crazy, where they're selling from a one-to-many standpoint. And we're so lucky that we live in a time when you can easily do that and reframe your worth so fast with technology. You do one webinar and you sell whatever amount, you're making 30,000 a day, you know? Or you just pitch to a room of people, and you give them the tools to reframe their worth so that they could go out and provide their value to the world, but at the price that they're asking for, which is like, you know, like $30,000 or $70,000 or $100,000. I'm beginning to, here's my insight and my takeaway from the event that I was just in. You gotta fucking start defining your worth fucking early on in life, or you gotta be around people who have redefined their worth very quickly, or they've redefined it so long ago that by now it's not even a thought in their head that they're worth anything less than $100,000 a person. Because whether or not you like it, your life, you are a force of nature, and you're going forward with your life, you're going to affect people, you know, negatively or positively. You're gonna affect your boyfriend, you're gonna affect your girlfriend, you're gonna affect your child, you're gonna affect, I feel like with the coaching industry, what they've decided to do is be intentional. They know that they're gonna change lives no matter what, and they're like freaking intentional about it. They package it up. They package their knowledge up. They make themselves priceless and they make themselves limitless because now they're like, you know what I can do? If I can teach myself to never have to worry about bills for the rest of my life, to never have to worry about money for the rest of my life, and I can teach someone else, that means I'm giving them a lifetime's worth of value. And asking for something like $15,000, $30,000 to teach them the tools to never be hungry again is such an enormous gift that it is worth $30,000, you know? Like, and if you think of it in terms of relationship, if you have the ability to save marriages, divorces are freaking expensive. So if you have the ability to stop a, $1 million divorce, how much are you charging, So what school doesn't teach us is that society involuntarily lets us frame our worth according to the first job we get, or the full-time job we get. We frame our worth involuntarily, and I feel like they have to be like, stop. Your first job, your $80,000 a year, salary isn't everything. It's not even a starting point. It doesn't have to even be a starting point. It doesn't have to even exist in your world. And you can do way more, and you can be way more limitless than the circumstances that you're in. So that is why people have the balls to say, my package is $10,000. My package is $20,000. Because the dividends that will be paid off from you getting into my program will save you for the rest of your life, Hey, Terrace. Yeah, environment is everything. Stacia says 5 people you hang out with most is what your income will be the average of those 5. Yeah, that's so true, because you're reframing your worth with your community. So I encourage you to it makes me feel like, wow, I should have done this a lot sooner. I should have freaking been around coaches a lot sooner, because they're asking to stretch your mind, They're saying that, get in my program, it's $100,000. It'll make you 7 figures. It's only 15,000. That reframing is so freaking powerful to me. What age did you start reframing your worth? Doesn't that make you sad? Like, in my head, I'm thinking about all my friends, or I'm thinking about my parents. My dad, he never made more than $16 an hour his whole life as a machinist. And when he came to America, he doesn't know how to speak English even that well. So, the people in his life is telling him his worth is $16 an hour. And he has no idea that this other dimension exists, that this reality exists where you can, it's not even about, the whole matrix concept. It's not even about having a tear in the matrix and you're looking on the other side. Wait, it is about that. But when you look at the other side, it's not about numbers and zeros, right? It's about value. When you realize that you as a human being, you're so freaking full of so much value, and you're so powerful that one person has the ability to affect thousands and millions. And when you realize that the other side is value, and you're like, holy shit, I'm worth so much, this is insane, why am I working for $20 an hour? Like, why am I letting the circumstances of my life frame the rest of my income? Isn't that weird? Tell me if that's freaking weird, that you let your first job, you let your first part-time thing, you let your first full-time job dictate your worth involuntarily. And for you to get out of that, you look for raises, you look for climbing up the ladder, You don't fucking go and search for a secret society, a group of, you know, community, these masterminds, these people that are actively selling and making millions, and they're doing really well, and they're selling what they think they're worth, and people are saying yes, your package is worth fucking $75,000 for all that you offer, just to have access to you, just to be part of your world. That's your worth. Your worth is that much. So what if you go through your whole life and you don't even know that exists? You have no idea. So when I was actually driving in the car going back from the conference, it hit me kind of hard. Like, I had tears in my eyes. I'm like, people can go their whole life and don't even reframe their worth. They think that they have to, like, get a second job or a third job, or they have to climb up their corporate ladder, or they have to, you know, make ends meet because they're so limited, because resources is what's stopping them. But for the people on the other end who's like, I fucking know my worth now. I am so strong and powerful. I can teach marriages to be saved. I can help you escape your 9 to 5. I can, you know, do all this, and I worked on the systems to deliver it for you. I'm so fucking powerful. And they say I'm worth $75,000 for one person. You know, my group coaching is $30,000 for a year, something like that. Like, they know their worth. Or so, anyways, I was like sad because I was thinking about my dad and how he never made more than $16 an hour his whole life, but he still made it. He saved. He got a house. You know, manifest destiny. He came to America, saved, bought a house. You know, we turned out all right. My brother's a doctor, so we're okay. But it kind of made me cry. Hey, John. Hey, Bench. It made me cry because I was like, there are so many people who don't realize that they're limitless, you know? And when you look at yourself, the only difference between you and all these big people are belief and resources. That's it. And when your mind tells you, I'm no different, I am just as powerful, all I lack are resources, you will find the resources. We have Google, we have angel investors, we have friends, we have family, we have credit cards, we have ways to get the resources if your mind believes, you know? The only difference between you and them is the belief in your worth. So, anyways, what conference did you attend? Oh, hey William, I attended Clients in Abundance. I started discovering that there's all these coaches, and I actually got into it because I'm like, well, you know, how do I have a $10,000 offer? How do I have a $20,000 offer? What are these people doing? What does that even look like? And I attended a workshop which introduced me to other coaches, and they're doing very well financially, but more so than that, they're spending their life helping a lot of people break out and believe in themselves. Because what coaches are people who are like, I want to be more in this world than this. I want to be more in this world than this, and I know I can help others in this world, in this lifetime. And they start walking towards that way, you know? That's what coaches are. And when you walk towards that path, you just figure out that your worth has been pre-framed for so long, and you're finally breaking out of it, you know? And it's kind of different too when you have an e-commerce store, or when you, I don't know, do Amazon FBA, or, you know, you do something that has a unit and a value to it. So you're still in that, you're still framed. Your life is still framed to the value of the units And you're like, well, okay, for me to make $1 million, I had to fucking buy a shit ton of inventory. You know, you're still framed around the idea of inventory and units. But these coaches, they're not pre-framed anymore. They're not framed anymore. They've broken out because they can charge $100,000. Or in a live room, they charge $15,000, and then like 20 people buy or something, you know? Anyways, I feel like the sooner you pre-frame your life and your possibility, the more limitless you will become. And if you believe that you're worth that much and more, then resources will no longer be an issue for you, because you will do what it takes to figure out the resources. And I mean, in this day and age, with technology the way it is, you have all knowledge on your fingertips with Google. So, no pull tricks. William says, good message. Hey Glenn, how are you? Yes, no pull tricks. I'm just at the pool. I'm not doing any tricks. Yeah. A unicorn. You know what's cool? The more people I meet, it feels like every chance is a life-changing opportunity. Every connection is very powerful. I'm meeting these coaches and they know so many things, and it feels like I'm in a room of fucking specialists who dedicate and devote a shit ton of their energy and life learning how to help people. Isn't that crazy? Oh man. Anyways, I think it would be a great message to spread, to tell people at an early age that their first job they get, or even their full-time job, is not their entire life. Like, their starting salary is not a starting salary. They can definitely just break out of that. Hey Ruben. Well, anyways, I'm gonna soak in the jacuzzi. Oh, maybe I can show you guys the jacuzzi. It's a long walk. I'm just in the pool, but I'm gonna go. That's the insight that I got from the conference that I just attended. Yep. All right. Bye. Oh yeah. If you liked that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.